So today we're going to be looking at starter squads. FUT have fully updated their website. We've got a lot of talent in there. Let's see what everybody's creating. So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for Eldorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with Eldorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. So when it comes to the squads, obviously coin-wise, we have no kind of value really here. Everything will be zero, but I want to go through and see some of people's teams. Now, obviously, there might be some Milan teams that are throwing up, and I think this year, hopefully by the sounds of it, it's going to be fantastic to build these squads. When you're looking at the evolutions and the way their power curve's working, we're obviously trying to get the evolutions up from the bottom up rather than necessarily trying to get Leao, for instance. So it is going to be trying to get the midfield up first, trying to get Jimenez up first, and then naturally you'll eventually get to the point of Nkunku. They're not going to stop every single upgrade, but by the sounds of it, they're going to start really low and progressively build up, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, some of these squads are going to be very much tailor-made to certain people. We're obviously going to start to see a lot more silvers throwing ourselves in as well, which is always nice. We got an Eredivisie team throwing around here. I think an all Ajax team as well. So this is going to be a great way to start the game, and I always like having that almost starter team where you've got, for instance, a Man U team, a Warsaw team, and then eventually they do reach into their 90s, and at least you get to play with them. Like, that's the one thing when you're looking at somebody like a Benfica team or a Galatasaray team. By the time you get to like November, unless you have got 1, 2, 3 players that have managed to get into that outer performance-based promo or have managed to get into a promo team, your squad's just kind of left a little bit on the lower side. So you're never going to compete. Even at a middle end, you're always at the lower end, always fighting a losing battle. Evolutions have stopped that. So that's always nice when it comes to it. So we'll go through a few of these. Obviously the Portuguese league mixed with a bit of kind of like Portuguese players. Nuno Tavares, obviously Cancelo, Neto throwing himself in, are going to be pretty good. Goncalves is always nice. Rafa as a striker, I'd be very questionable just with the striking prowess of him. João Neves is more than likely going to be quite expensive, so I don't know whether you'd get him as a starter, but again, it could be that he most definitely starts a little bit lower. We've got PSG subs, okay, that's not going to be a squad. We have another starter team. I mean, McTominay might be a mid-range sort of card. Palmer I can imagine to be... I see, it's hard with Palmer because the stats are like, he's great, so I can imagine him to be in that like kind of upper echelons, but I don't see him being like over 200,000, like especially after at least like a couple of days anyway. Everybody else looks pretty reasonable. Obviously Maddison looks great. Murillo will be probably like a 5 to 10k player to start with and then drops down. Kellier coming in for Brentford now. And I'm going to have to learn how to say his name because I assume he's going to be incredible on evolution. Brazilians, when it comes to wingers, normally are fantastic. Always like Edison as well. The Serie A midfielder works in pretty well. We have a hybrid 4. Neres is throwing himself in there then. Enrique coming in on the right-hand side. Højlund coming in nice. Bit of Ahmad in the middle. I mean, again, I don't know if that's going to be the best position for him, but I mean, it could work. You've got Dorgu. That's probably the standard more so than anything. Then here we go. We've got another starter, apparently. See, I think the Serie A is going to be a great one to go. Serie A and Prem seem to always have really nice starter teams, and then it kind of throws into a couple of high-rated La Ligas. Maybe you get a first icon in there, and it works pretty well. Obviously, Tomori is going to be quite expensive. I think Kolomoane will be up there, but I don't think he's going to be out of reach for a starter team, really. I imagine him to be a cracking evolution as well. Hopefully they give him a starter one. I know the early access for Ultimate Team will most definitely get a solid evolution like they always do. Okay, it's got Edison in there. Edison's going to be an interesting one. Being 85 rated this year, that could be really good news for the mid game in terms of what sort of keepers we can actually throw in there. So that's always going to be nice. Then if we go down, we've already clicked that one. We've got the starter team below him. I mean, if that's all you can afford, that's all you can afford. We have starter Messi's son. It's to be honest, that is a good point. I wonder how expensive Messi is truly going to be at this point. Like, he's still going to be great in game because it's Messi. The body type, the actual stats are kind of around that same sort of level. So it's not as if he's going to be totally unusable. But he's not like this 91 giant anymore. He's not going to be completely unreachable. Like, you could probably get him as one of your first walkouts if I was looking at him from an outside point of view. Now, obviously, being Messi, I imagine he might be a little bit more expensive than your average 86. But, I mean, the MLS is throwing in some solid numbers here. Obviously, with the goalkeeper evolutions coming as well, Lloris could be with a shout. Obviously, Son will be probably mid to higher range still because, again, it's Son. The only hard thing with Son now is he does need the MLS links. So that's going to be the big problem with him at times. We have squad 4, Camavinga and Dogi, Kalulu, LaCroix throwing his name back in there, Klaus. I think Vicario will be a very good starter one as well. Thuram, Kudus. This is like a perfect starter team. Like, yes, you might get Camavinga a little bit more expensive. Chiesa might be as well. Everybody else, I can imagine, should be of a reasonable budget for a starter team. So it's interesting. There's a lot of the same sort of players thrown in, but also a few of them that are obviously not necessarily kind of based around league more than anything. We have starter, I'm assuming option 3. I mean, that's going to be expensive. I imagine Pacho to be more on the higher end. Hincapié might be okay. Foden will be expensive. Reyners will be expensive. Gravenberch will be up there. I think Doku will be expensive for an 80, but I don't think he'll be like crazy. Hugo is going to be mental, and I think even Kolomoane is going to be up there. So whether you're going to be spending a few points on that one, still a great team. I think that will be a nice one to go with. You've got Barcelona PvP. I don't know what that means, but you've always got Malcolm in there. Kessie, I always like as a starter. Gavi, Martinez. Oh, he changed. Nice. Arejo will be expensive. Cancelo, Baude, Rashford's bound to be a 10k at least. He's going to be like a perfect evolution, especially now going to bridge that gap between La Liga and English for the Prem. It's going to be a great link that you can have, so he's always going to be in it. De Gea, I see a De Gea 85 as well. Should be really nice to see in the game. Teo is going to be monstrously expensive. Darby will be up there. Tamura will be up there. Everybody else, I mean, Adeyemi might be like a 5 to 10k player, but I mean, he's not going to be totally out of reach. Bundesliga starter. Goretzka, okay. Grassi at 87. And again, Grassi's going to be a funny one. He'll be expensive. Like, I could see him being like a 50k potential, but I just think with the pace being a bit lower, whether the gameplay really is that drastically changed away from pace, then that could affect the price, but seems pretty solid across the board. We then have Serie A again. So I mean, everybody's looking at that Serie A team. Edison, Bailey, Wesley. Not going for the De Gea this time. Nuno Tavares, Rabiot, Lookman. Solid, I like it. We then have another Schlotterbeck in there. 85, Llorente, Adeyemi, Rashford. Again, you're looking, it depends on what you're trying to spend. Like, if you're looking at like an under 50k budget, then quite a few of these teams with Rashford and everybody might be a bit too expensive. But if you're looking at the 100, 200k budget, I mean, there could be a few in there that could work out. Like, Rodrigo's bound to be expensive. Diaz will be, Arejo will be. But if they're the only expensive cards you're going for, everybody else is relatively nice. So I would suggest, just as a kind of an overall theme, when looking at kind of like a starter team, I would always suggest trying to go for as low as you can get away with. Still put some money in, because obviously, if I know that, for instance, Kolomoane is going to beat any striker that I want to afford below 3k. Having him in for 5 to 10k, yes, you might potentially lose some coins if you hold out on him. If you have evolve him, that obviously makes him more worth it. But you'd rather obviously have him in the team, lose 5k and have a better chance at rewards, better chance at doing objectives, of doing rival matches and getting wins. That will be the kind of offset of doing it. Rather than paying like 5 million for an Mbappe and he drops to 2 million, and it's just an example, that would then be a little bit more difficult because obviously you've got to really make that back then. But 10k here, maybe even a 50k, if it makes your team better, weigh it up. Weigh up the options to see if it is truly worth it. Then if we go further down again, we'll look at a couple more. We've got, I'm assuming, La Liga hybrid with Serie A maybe. Modric obviously going in there. Griezmann's bound to be. Leao, Mendy's going to be expensive, but it's an interesting build, and I know a lot of people will go for the 4-4-2 to start with just because it's a very safe formation. You get to learn the gameplay quite a lot, and then pros will more than likely figure out what the best formations are. They kind of know the game inside and out, so they will definitely have that link on there. I'm assuming somebody wants Ibra as their first player. Obviously throwing in a very heavy Chelsea team going on, which is always nice. You got Hampton, Bronze, Bright coming in as an 87 as well. Pace-wise could be the issue there. Fernandez, Palmer, I think João Pedro is going to be a great one as well. Him and Kolo Muani will be the two that I'm really looking at for that starter evolution to see if they are truly worth it. And again, we might as well end on this one with CR7. Obviously another one that's now 85 rated. His name will carry weight, but is he going to be as expensive as what we imagine? I can imagine Messi and Ronaldo will still be probably in that 100k zone. Like, I think Ronaldo more than anything, but I think definitely up there, even if he's not a walkout. But it will be interesting to see how much is packed. It's going to be a very fun year for them. I'm hoping we do get some sort of flashbacks with them, especially if we are getting these silver icons. I would absolutely love a silver Messi and Ronaldo to go with them as well. It is just a shame that Neymar's not there also. But it's a fantastic time, and I think this is going to be a great start. Hopefully everything works out well. Let me know your starter team. What other leagues are you going for? Is there one player you want to build a team around? Is it an icon? Is it a hero? Or is it somebody that's in your team? Let me know down below. Make sure you like and subscribe on this. I'll catch you all for that next one. Peace.